Hi, this is Carl. Welcome to another Relax, Focus, Succeed video. Today, I want to address 3 important myths that you are using to fool yourself around the topic of focus. The first great myth that people tell themselves today is one of these things that we've been telling each other for so long, we begin to believe it, even though there is zero scientific evidence to support it. That myth is your attention span is getting smaller. You may have heard the factoid, the internet fact, that your attention span is smaller than a goldfish. That a goldfish has an attention span of about 7 seconds and yours is shorter. Well, that's just 100% absolutely not true. Think about it logically. We somehow are meant to believe that all the changes that have happened in our lifetime, in the last 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, have caused us to have shorter attention spans. It's not true. It's not possible, first of all. The human race doesn't evolve that fast. After you are born, you cannot evolve your physiology until you pass your genes on to the next generation. And that amount of evolution is going to be microscopic. So we might be talking 2 or maybe 3 generations of change that is absolutely not enough for your attention span to be changed. So what's going on? Well, your habits can be quite microscopic. You can develop habits. Let's just say that you decided you're going to lose weight and you're going to go running every day. So you get up tomorrow and you go walking and you don't the next day. But you do the next day and you do the next day, and pretty soon you're jogging and pretty soon you're running and pretty soon you're actually improving your health. You can develop that habit, and in a year you will be completely addicted to running. It'll be something that you can't live without, and if you skip a day, you're going to feel really weird. That's a habit. It's a habit you can create, and it's a habit you can destroy. Many of us were in the habits of exercising when we were in our teens and 20s and 30s and 40s, and eventually we get out of that habit, and we see it in our physiology. You might have habits of reading. There was a time in your life when you probably read a lot. Then you had other things going on in your life. Now, you might not have that habit. You can create and remove habits in your life with surprising ease. It literally just takes some mental energy, some commitment, some focus. You know, focus is one of these things where people always want to make these broad generalizations. Oh, these kids nowadays, they don't have focus. Well, you know, I'm sorry. Look at your life. Look at the people your age at each stage of your personal lifespan and see how much focus other people saw in your behavior from the outside. Also consider the fact that any of us, all of us, can be in the zone, right? You know what that is. Mihaly, Csikszentmihalyi wrote about the zone and sort of getting into this era where you are focused so much on your hobby, whether it's woodwork or gardening or whatever, that time seems to disappear. If you have anything you do in your life where time disappears, you are practicing intense focus. So you do have the ability to do that. You simply choose not to when you have a phone in front of you or an iPad or whatever electronics. You know, we like to blame electronics for this, but in fact, your attention span has not changed. Your habits have changed. The second great myth that we tell ourselves is, I'm not like other people. I can't meditate. I can't slow down. I can't sit in a chair and do nothing for for 60 seconds. I'm not built that way. I'm not built like other people. Other people can do that. I can't do that. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this. You have every ability that every other human being has. And remember, the Dalai Lama fidgets when he settles down to meditate. His mind wanders. Meditation doesn't mean there are zero distractions or that you can shut out the entire world. Spending time quietly in a chair as the world goes on about you is ultimately what meditation is all about. You know, the funny thing is, research has shown that if you attempt to meditate, even if you're not good at it, it lowers your blood pressure and it increases your ability to focus. So again, it's just a matter of a habit. If you sit in a chair for 60 seconds today, then sit in a chair for 90 seconds tomorrow and 120 seconds the day after that, and just keep adding half a minute every day, pretty soon you'll be sitting in a chair for 5 minutes and then 10 minutes and then 15 minutes. And for many people, that's enough. 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day is enough. And I'll make a challenge to you. Try it. Start with nothing. Start with 1 second. You know, you may have heard of micro habits. Start with 1 second. Can you sit in a chair for 1 second? Yes. Now close your eyes, take a deep breath. Okay, that's probably 2 seconds. Okay, so now go to 3 seconds, go to 4 seconds. My challenge is this. Sit in a chair for something more than 0 seconds every day for a month. And here's what I'm going to promise you. It will change something in your life for the better. I don't know what, you do. Somewhere it's stuck inside your brain. You know it's going to change. I don't have any idea what's going to change. But chances are very good at the end of a month that you'll have no problem sitting in a chair for 5 minutes. I'm not asking you to close your eyes and hum and and om and whatever. Sit in a chair quietly. Don't talk. Don't talk to anybody. Don't have any music on. Just sit in a chair. You can stare at a wall, stare at a hedge full of birds, stare out the window, close your eyes, whatever you want to do. 5 minutes. And ultimately what's going to happen is you will have clarity on something in your life. Your brain can't shut down. You're really good. You're clear about that. You're just using it as an excuse, the busy brain, as an excuse to not pay attention to what your brain's trying to tell you. Somehow we get anxious because we've taught ourselves that the little electronic device can give us dopamine. Boop, 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 boop. Every time you hear that beep, it pumps dopamine into your brain. It literally does. And so we get anxious when we don't have access to our drugs. I encourage you to try it. 30 days, that's all I'm asking. Send me an email, put a comment down below. Let me know what your reactions are to this. There's also a save option, do you know that? In YouTube, you can save this video, come back to me in 30 days. It'll be easy to find it, and then you can put the comment in there. The third great myth is the one that somehow people calcify on, usually surprisingly early in life. And the third great myth is, it's too late for me. I remember the first time I talked to an old friend of mine, and I mean old, old friend of mine, about meditation. And this was 20 some years ago. And she said at the time, that's not for old people. It's, you know, I'm way past improving my life, right? Da 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 da. Well, she was about 65 then. She's about 85 now. And she still thinks that all of this is hooey. But, you know, 20 years, it was not too late then, and it's not too late now. And when I say people who are young, people in their 20s regularly tell me that it's too late for them to begin to focus. It's too late for them to take on a new career. It's too late for them to begin studying something. It's too late for them to learn how to slow down and put attention on their own lives to improve their lives. Well, when you get to be 30 and 40 and 50 and 60, then you're going to look back and say, that was just silly. It's not too late. The really, really, really good news is it's never too late. One of my favorite little books is a book on who did what when, and it talks about the age of people when they did great things in their lives. Many, many people did great things very late in their lives. And you see it every day. There's the story of the octogenarian who finishes high school, or the person who gets a PhD when they're a grandmother, right? On and on and on. There's all these stories. We like them. We love stories like that. And just remember, those people don't have anything that you don't have. They decided that they were going to do something. They learned how to focus. You know, it takes focus to get a degree at any age, to improve yourself, to take up a new hobby. Whatever you choose to do, you have to put some time and some commitment into it. But you can do it. My motto for life is nothing happens by itself. And that's absolutely true. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and have perfect focus. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and know how to meditate. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be good at something you weren't good at yesterday. But you can do virtually anything you set your mind to. Right? Zig Ziglar used to always say, anything anybody else can do, you can do too. You just have to choose to put your attention on that and begin moving in that direction. I hope this was helpful. If it was, give me a like and a thumbs up and write a note down below and give me your thoughts. If you didn't like this, let's pretend nothing ever happened. For Relax, Focus, Succeed, this is Carl Palachuk, wishing you the best of luck in everything you do.